Stay stealthed on the other side. Yes, you do. Let's tap the quick save. Haven't done that in a couple of fights. Whoa. Camera jerk.
Do you think he'd be mad if we sat in his chair? He doesn't have to know.
What is that? Whispers of Yenwood. +2 con, -3 will. 20% of grazes converted to hits, +5 accuracy against spirit, plus damage against spirit. But nothing really tanky. I like the +5 to deflection I'm getting from the hatchets. Oh my.
Quick.
Oh my gosh, he's going down too quick.
If the Eldation doesn't wake up.
Ah, everybody's getting stun locked by these things.
Should I back now?
Just like it.
Consecrated ground.
Fiery whore of a goddess.
Dude, so many stuns. Interrupt, interrupt, interrupt.
Attend to the priest.
As he gets knocked out, attend to the priest! As he falls on the ground.
Damn.
Was that it? Man, those things teleporting everywhere and stunning like every blow is pretty savage.
Nice and quiet.
Alright, what did we get hurt there? Minor fatigue. Oh, he wants to sleep. Damage reduction. And frostbite. I was thinking that was just a door, not like a loading screen. Did you consider not letting them hit you? I'm trying to stack deflection. That is not letting them hit me.
Hey.
Quick.
Stand still.
So look at this. My guy's been stunned so long, he hasn't started a single chant, and this guy's already on his third. And that's my character that has, oh, 46 now because he's minus 30 stun. So he usually has 76 deflection, and this guy's 64. Yeah, so even my character that I min-maxed with a guide online to get maximum deflection is getting rocked by those ghosts right now.
Hello.
Maybe it'll change in more levels, or maybe the ghosts just get to skip defense or have some special rule or something. Ahoy! Hey, Chef Smitty, how's it going? Have a long day shuffering? I need to consider. Create your own priest and dump Durance. He has no dex. Maybe? I'll think about it going down the road. Right now, I've still got a lot to learn on the game. I used the help of a few online guides to design the characters I did want. As you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble, its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. As you approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air.
Another watcher in Cadnua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
I am not comfortable in sitting in a chair that is alive. Who is speaking?
I'm sorry if I startled you. I'm afraid my manners have been slipping. I haven't had much opportunity for introductions lately. In any case, I assume you're here looking for Meerwald.
Are you imprisoned?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins. One of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction.
Okay.
Or maybe it's something about this place.
Yes, my back is killing me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Need a long bubble bath? You can see what defense they're targeting. Okay, so I need to check the combat log and look at that. And dexterity equals cast time. Yes, I did learn that, because I learned that chanters are the only class that don't need dexterity because their chants don't rely on cast time, so you can completely dump that stat. So I did that on my 2 that I made. Alright, any idea where I can find Merwald?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
Alright, so you're saying... So yeah, Durance only has 9 dex. Who has good dex here? So at 17 dex, he has plus 21% action speed. Aloth does.
Yeah?
So she just opened this door. The brazier's chains are rigid with rust. Mother?
Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi-transparent. No complaints. You've got to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up strong and be a real soldier one day, just like we agreed, right? Say nothing. Soldiers are important.
Soldiers are important people.
Fine.
They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
Leave. So she's reliving the past as well. Oh! Okay.
Quick.
Dang it, Aloth.
Not to alarm you.
Not good.
Poison!
Bro. Damn. Miss. Blow up. West they seal.
Dude, I'm pretty sure one of those skeletons just hit for 0.6. Why are these things so terrible? The ghost hits for like 20 sometimes. These hit for less than 1? Oh my goodness.
Go for some shut-eye about now.
0.6.
I'll see what I can find.
What the heck?
Quick.
West they seal let me too.
Let's go.
Roll Act 10!
Well, I guess the skeletons sort of get in the enemy's way, so that's good.
I shall.
Juez, Silves, me too. Let's go!
Oh god. Alright.
New orders, Lieutenant. Ready your squad.
Nice and quiet.
I'll ready my squad in a minute. I'm looking around. Scouting mode. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. Spectral man arrayed in armor and an officer's cloak studies a single sheet of paper. You can see straight through it to the ducal and Adir insignias on his breastplate. He seems to read over the page several times before looking up at you. When he does, his expression is unreadable.
There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team and a dozen barrels of pitch.
Listen.
The instructions come from Admet Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't.
Well, we're horrific, aren't we?
It'll make this even shorter than the Broken Stone War, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts. I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us. But understand, we're doing this to end this war, not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
After a sentence like that, I'm assuming Bareth is like a gravedigger or something. Big spooky jade head. Here's the tab key to highlight interactive objects in the environment. Alright, I want to adjust this a little bit.
We'll take those farmers by surprise. Almost time. Di and Heather scouted the village last night. They're rounding up the rest of the party now.
Say nothing.
Don't worry. Everyone remembers the raid was your idea. The Rio had to go along with it after you'd gotten the rest of the clan riled up. No one wants it said that the Nine Claws were too cowardly to stand with the rest of the tribe when the foreigners desecrated our ruins.
Didn't the old ghost outside that was begging for his life say the Nine Claws have been here for generations? And he said our fighters aren't even here, don't blame us for what they did, as I guess this guy is one of their fighters? I see.
The tribes need more leaders like you. Women who value deeds over words.
Am I women?
You were right. We were too soft when the foreigners first came, and now they humiliate us. We'll be soft no more, and the invaders will learn to leave us alone once and for all.
Okay.
Easy to see where you're going with that.
Lock picked. Level 4 difficulty, 120 XP earned. Neat. What did I do?
No. Keep away from
us.
us.
Merwald. It's the guy I'm looking for.
Leave us!
Maybe we should come back later?
He looks up over his hand, the muscles around his eyes twitching, and begins whispering to himself in sharp hisses as though having an argument. All at once, he stops shaking. A sudden calmness falls over him. His head tilts forward slightly, and he looks you dead in the eye, like a cornered animal about to pounce. His voice turns suddenly raspy.
Mayor Wald isn't here, and he isn't fooled. He has sent for no callers. Be gone, deceiving spirit.
Are you sure? Because it said Merwald when I moused over you. Let's just try honesty. I'm a watcher. I met a woman in Gilded Vale who thought you could help me.
Mayorwald will speak with you, but you will maintain your distance, or you'll have me to answer to.
When he turns his back toward you, he's taken a confident stance. His chest is puffed out like a soldier's. A new strength enters his voice. This guy's got, like, split personalities?
Come to speak to Mayorwald.
Okay, that's 3.
Mayorwald, whose touch is poison. Mayorwald, who knows not his effect.
So, crazy guy, strong soldier guy, and old man? We're up to 3 now. I was told I'm a watcher and that you could tell me more about it. And about a tablet of some worth after that, once you two are finished, of course.
A window. Window to the ether, where spirits dwell. Hear and reach into it. Speak and listen through it. A watcher sees souls, reads them, knows their pasts, souls of the living, souls of the dead, an empath, and the souls see them back. Used it to help beings in both realms, did I? What the gods wanted of me, thought I.
The gods put me in the world for vengeance, and I obliged.
Was that the soldier?
It was the gods' wishes that we protect those lands. My way was the only way to remove the foreigners.
The psycho guy.
Little I knew.
I was accosted by spirits on the way here. What do they want?
No. No! Forgive me! Forgive me!
Yo, I didn't blame you. It's not your fault. I was just curious. It's fine. We're good. You seem to have lost your mind.
Lost? No. Found more of it. Too much. Too much to bear. An awakening.
Aloth's eyes narrow as he looks at the old man. How could a simple awakening have driven you to this? Lore 2. You mean you remember your past lives?
Something reminds. Memories stirred. Memories before birth. Other bodies. Other times.
Oh, he doesn't have a split personality. He used to be the soldier guy and the psycho guy.
Memory. Personality. Identity. Any might resurface. Or all.
And I seem to be having a conversation with several of them right now.
Ghosts of the mind. Mayorwald has lost control. Mayorwald's body no more.
The spirits I passed, what are they?
Spirits, and not spirits. Always whispering to Mayorwald, reminding him of his mistakes. No sleep. Watchers see memories before them, form them from the essence of their own souls. Once Mayorwald awakened, he could not make them leave. Gave them more form, not less.
So the spirits are memories from previous lives.
Troubled memories, angry memories, pulling Mayorwald back, reminding him his mistakes. Marauder and soldier, soldier and marauder, how could they know?
I've seen apparitions like those, but elsewhere since I became a watcher.
Oh, no, 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 no. You too. You too.
All at once, in spite of his abject misery, his expression changes to one of utmost sympathy. Poor man, poor man.
They will take you too.
Oh, I'm gonna go crazy and see all my past lives? I knew there was something off about you when I met you, but this sounds serious. You're saying I'll end up like you.
So fragile, the Watcher's mind. So real, his memories. Once awakened, how can he sleep?
If I'm awakened to a past life, how would that have happened?
You were reminded of it. Strong memories. lingering lives. They dwell near the surface, waiting to be remembered, waiting to take your mind for their own. Meyerwald sat at his hearth and
Looks like it's going to
watched
make me
his
go through all
fire,
these dialogue options.
watched the wood burn. Then came the memory of another fire and burning wood and screams.
The soldier that burned the village down and was told to cut down the people that run out of the burning houses. That was the memory that he remembered when he was watching the fireplace. How do you tell a spirit from a memory?
Fragmented are memories, stuck in time, mindless, cruel, never far.
Why do these past lives still trouble you?
My fault. All my fault. Soldier and marauder, and Meyerwald. No forgiveness for what's past. No undoing what's done. No sleep. No sleep for the Watcher. War there was all around. War of stone, war of tree.
War of Tree... Oh, of course, the Broken Stone War and the War of the Black Trees. This was in the early period of Adrian colonization, fighting between the Deerwood colonists and the native Glenfathans, you see. But that was a long time ago.
Death we brought to the settler men. We, the 9 claws. Claws of 9. Worse what we did to the women. For love of the gods. The gods' love. For their love.
I met one of your memory spirits that was talk of raiding a village. His voice becomes raspy.
Hold her down. Head her. Give this Addy a bitch an heir that belongs in Air Glodfath.
Okay. So when he was a marauder, he was a rapist. His soul is marked by flame, and those marks will never heal. His trial has broken him, but better that than live in weakness. Okay, go on.
The boy. The baby boy. The boy. Conceived in the raid. Conceived by force. Vessel for marauder. Slain in the raid. Marauder
I think I get it.
And the boy. Marauder and soldier.
So, he was a marauder. He raped some women in a raid. He died. His soul was reborn in the woman that he, like, as a baby, and the woman that he assaulted. And then he grew up to be the soldier on the opposite side of the conflict? Do I have that right?
For the soul. A marauder's soul. Same soul. One soul. Boy's soul. Marauder's soul. Raised in life.
Oh my god.
Vengeance.
So he has...
soldier. Raised for the fire.
So he has memories
Born
of doing,
for the fire.
like, terrible atrocities to both sides in the war.
You'll get no pity from me. The crimes of the 9 Claws clan in the last war are still unavenged. But the gods are just. They have led me here. In my father's name, every one of you will burn. Light it.
Aloth looks at the old man in horror. Bay, the Usher's crooked ban. I don't know. His shoulders slump, he rocks back and forth agitated. He mutters to himself, oblivious to your presence. Are you gonna attack me?
Soldier.
I feel like you might.
Lies and vengeance and dead villages. All dead. All dead. What for? What for?
I don't know.
How little we know.
There must be some way to make these memories go away.
No. Always there. Always remembered. Can't forget. Can't unsee.
I didn't just remember. Someone caused this. They wore masks and they spoke of books and keys and a queen. There was a man there. He seemed familiar to me.
Keys of lead. Books of burden. Queens that were. Known to me are they. The leaden key.
The leaden key? It seems we share an enemy, Mukluk. Assassins and watchers, wakers both. They certainly keep busy. Do you know where I could find the leaden key?
City of Defiance. never far from the Queen.
Oh, do I have to hit all these? Well, can you tell me about the leaden key?
Secrets.
Knows their secrets, not they. Crossed them before. Hatred of Watchers. Who's the Queen?
Woodica, goddess, crown shattered,
Grudge holder, bearer of
body
justice.
burned.
If they cause my awakening, can they undo it?
Many secrets do they keep.
Maybe.
Unawakened.
Alright, I need to go
Mayhap.
so I can search for this man
Who
from the leaden
else?
key.
Sleep well. Sleep.
Hold! I know your will die. Your actions were seen. You would sooner betray us to the Adir land thieves than take orders from me.
Okay, so is the mercenary going to take over and attack me? If he thinks I'm going to betray him, he's probably going to attack me in the back. Let's try, take it easy. I'm not going to betray anyone.
Your betrayal is for nothing.
You're not listening.
Your warnings are lost on these foreigners, and their blood will be Gallowayne's tribute this night. I have asked the elders for the honor of claiming your head as my first trophy, and they have granted it. Beg for the Seeker God to grant you a
End
quick
dialogue.
death.
Oh, gosh. Wait, what? Oh, no.
Again! No!
I just have to try something else.
Hang on!
Pretty good. Both tanks are down.
Following your blast! Wait.
Come on, not like that.
Ow.
We've to go down! Take them all with us!
Hey,
Ow, 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 ow.
hey there.
Oh my gosh, the fireballs.
Putting us down! Rally! Leave! What? Moe Ixi up.
Woo! Oh my gosh. Canna hit him with a gun for 39 damage and his organs are flying through the air. Oh, good last
Go for
hit.
some shut-eye about now.
I thought we were about to wipe on that guy. There's a change in the air of the keep. What was thick and suffocating feels to you somehow more breathable, as though yielding to a conquering invader.
It's mine.
Merwald's body lies inert. You can feel his soul lingering there, uncertain. There's something unique about this soul in this place, a bond formed in decades of inhabitants and lordship that feels somehow palpable to you, as though even in death, the keep knows its former master, and the former master remembers his keep. Mukluk was granted Speaker to the Restless. In your mind's eye, the bond seems to you a frayed rope, ghostly and alive, its frayed ends writhing like tide pool anemones, and you find that if you concentrate on it, you have the ability to manipulate the strands. Repair the rope binding his soul here as an eternal warden, sever the rope allowing him to pass on from the world, or drain the energy of the rope siphoning knowledge. What the hell? I gotta say, my first inkling is knowledge. You guys have any feedback on this decision? Because, this seems important, and it feels like I don't have enough information. You want to eat his soul? No, not eat his soul, just drain some knowledge. I'm thinking like a copy-paste, not a cut and paste. I mean, again, it just feels like I don't have enough information. This seems like something really important.